ja, Sie kennen das ja sicher alle, wenn Sie auf einer privaten Feier sind oder so und es kommt diese typische "Und was machst du so?" Frage, dass man dann antwortet, ja, ich arbeite beim Fernsehen, und dass dann das Gegenüber meistens sagt, ja, ich habe gar keinen Fernseher. Ich habe dann in der Vergangenheit immer ganz doll beteuert, dass ich natürlich einen Fernseher habe als Medienschaffende, weil ich meine, ein Autoverkäufer kann ja auch nicht sagen, er hat gar keinen Führerschein. Mittlerweile muss ich aber sagen, fühlt es sich gar nicht mehr als so große Schande an, auch mal zuzugeben, kein Fernsehgerät zu haben. Einfach weil die Zukunft des Fernsehens ja gar nicht mehr von dem Fernsehgerät an sich abhängt, sondern von den Inhalten, die nie tot sein werden. Und da kommt jetzt der nächste Speaker ins Spiel. Denn er sagt, Content ist alles. Und wenn er das sagt, dann können wir ihm das ruhig glauben, denn er ist Executive Producer für CNN Digital and Digital Studios International und er hat bereits einen Emmy gewonnen. Please welcome Vivek Kemp.
Thanks. Hi. Well, thanks for that beautiful introduction, and thanks to all the speakers that came before me. It's a really interesting, it's an interesting time, and it's great to be here with you today. As you know, I'm the executive producer for CNN Digital Video globally. I work with producers and reporters around the world to tell stories on every platform imaginable. And while I focus a lot on the stories of today, and I wake up and I go to bed thinking about what stories we're going to tell and how we're going to tell them, I'm also constantly wondering about where we're going tomorrow. What camera will revolutionize our industry? Will it fit in my pocket? Will it shoot 8K? Will VR replace 2D, and is TV news really going away? Or are we just going to have to reform how we produce and program for it? There are a lot of questions. How do we survive in a world where the ad models are constantly changing? How do we adapt? How do we progress? And how do we get ahead of it all? One thing seems very certain. The future is open for suggestions, and the more questions that we raise, the more questions we ask. I've been a digital video producer for 10 years, and what's clear is that there hasn't been a better time to be a maker than this moment, right here, right now. We have more tools, we have more cameras, we have more platforms than at any point in history. It's an incredible time if you love making stuff, and I do. Take CNN, for example. Many people may think of us simply as a TV network, but we're much more than that. Have a look. I'm going to go back and see whether we can actually get some audio on this. Is there audio with this? I had to fill 20 minutes, so this is a stall tactic. So. No. Try it one more time. This was the big sizzle. This was the point. You were supposed to get really excited by this. So I promise you'll enjoy it once it actually does come up. This is great, Hugo. Yeah, I mean, honestly, you're gonna have it memorized before. Maybe we can go through it and we can show it at the end. You can read most of it. Like a good digital video, there's text on screen so you can read it as well as watch it. Lots of lessons to be learned in that alone. Well, there you go. And the future of video will have sound in it, even if this video doesn't. So this is a snapshot of all the places, all the devices, all the platforms, all the technology where you can find our content. And like our universe, this universe is only growing. And we're not alone. The entire media world is creating massive amounts of content across the full spectrum of TV and digital. But the issue here is the demand for our audience's attention. In 2015, nearly 1 million hours of video was uploaded to the live streaming platform Twitch. If you were to watch all of that video end to end, it would take you just over 114 years. Now, if you fast forward to today and you look at YouTube, that its viewers watch 1 billion hours of video every single day. There is a lot of content out there. And so it leads me to a question: are we making too much content? Are we not making enough? Are we making the right stuff? Now, the question here is far more important than the answer. And it's a question that we should be asking ourselves as content creators all the time. Are we making the right stuff? Now, what's clear is that the rate of creation isn't slowing down. And with so many options, finding dedicated eyeballs is an ever-growing challenge. So, can we continue to attract people to dedicated homepages? Or do we need to put content where people gravitate to naturally, like Facebook or YouTube or the next big thing? Or do we need to program everything everywhere? I'm a little ahead of myself here. The bedrock of it all, underneath all of the live streams and the streaming services and the platforms, algorithms, and debates around pre-roll, there's one unifying force that ties it all together, which is content. We need to be making undeniably interesting, engaging, and valuable content. We need to capture the best moments and tell the best stories. Really focus on telling the best stories with the technology that we have available. I was recently part of a team that set out to tell the comprehensive story of the air war against ISIS. It's a $13 million a day operation called Inherent Resolve. I want to talk you through a little bit of this project because the basic ingredients of the video and the future of video hide in projects like this. But hopefully we have audio now because there's another video coming up. Here's a peek. If not, there's also text on screen, and you can read through it. No video, or no audio, but that's all right. It was 33 degrees when we arrived at the undisclosed air base in the Persian Gulf. A field producer, a veteran photojournalist, a veteran television correspondent, and me, a digital video producer, standing in a military parking lot with zero shade. It was incredibly hot, if I haven't mentioned that before. Our mission was to produce distinct content for TV, social, desktop, mobile, and over the top. It was one crew, one subject, multiple platforms. Now, I should mention that this crew had never worked together before. again, from very diverse backgrounds. My fellow photojournalist and producer had never seen the cameras or used the cameras that we were about to use on this 4-day excursion together. Here's a photo of her realizing what she was in for. The style of shooting for digital was completely different. The needs for what we were going to do for digital was different pacing. For one, the TV package needed to get out quickly. It needed to hit the news cycle. With that package out, the digital package was allowed to take a different approach. And we broke our story into 3 different experiences: read, watch, and explore. We produced a mini doc, which you just heard that rousing video. We wrote an in-depth article that had embedded videos in it. And we created a visual interactive to house everything, showcasing how this air war starts at the edge of space and descends all the way down to sea level. Now, if you click on any one of these planes, it actually opens up sidebar content, including videos, additional reads, and 360 video. Now, why didn't we produce one piece of content to rule them all? The expectation of our audiences across that spectrum, from TV to digital, are different, and we have to respect them at each stage. TV had a mandate to get the news out quickly. Digital needed to stand out in that expanding universe and reward each click with real value. The point here isn't that one of these methods or one of these platforms is better than the other. It isn't about TV or digital. It's about respecting our audiences, their desires, and meeting and delivering the right content to the right platform at the right time. What is going to keep our audiences engaged? What will keep them watching? For TV, in this example, it was the immediacy of the content and the news value. For digital, it was that immersive experience, once again, tailor-fit to the content. Years ago, YouTube shifted focus from just valuing the number of views a video got to actually how long people spent watching the content. Engagement became a dominating force. And we see that throughout the digital landscape. Each heart, each like, each interaction is designed to keep us engaged. Maybe we should take a note from that playbook as video producers and think of ourselves less as video producers and more as engagement producers. How can we produce videos that are engaging, that will get seen all the way through, that will keep our audiences coming back for more, and again, provide real value? There's a simple truth here. We can debate format, we can debate style, but all the guesswork around the future must revolve around a single truth: that content is king. Regardless of the platform, the technology, the camera, the only thing that matters now, the only thing that will matter 10 years from now, is the power of content. If we accept that truth, then it makes our mission very clear. Deliver content in the most engaging way possible that is both rewarding for the creator and the consumer. And the only way we're going to get to that future is by putting together unlikely crews of talented makers from very diverse backgrounds and learning together. Thank you.